Miigwech for that. Your report says that the government has invested $6 million for winter road building in far north and 2023 to 24, and another $5 million for new bridges and culverts addressing dangerous crossings. I think when we talk about $5 million is again a drop in a bucket for the ministry's $762 million in spending. I just want to ask this question. Winter road funding has increased at a rate of 0.06% per year compared to 2022 inflation rate of 6.8%. I'm just wondering, will this government commit to winter road funding levels that reflect rising inflation and the increasing impacts of climate change?
So the short answer would be yes, there's a significant event, if you will, going on in and around winter roads, and that is the requests by either First Nation community, a given one, or the regional organization that they belong to develop all-season roads. The priority and the impressive statistics that you just rolled out reflect some reactive work and some proactive work.
I know that I mentioned about the drop in a bucket of the increase for the crossings and the bridges, the culverts. In fact, the Northern Energy Advantage Program received like a $26 million increase, whereas the winter roads funding was not increased at all. I know for the North, the Fly-in First Nations, the 39 communities in Northern Ontario, winter roads are absolutely vital. You know that. I know that in 2016, 2017, the winter roads facilitated 17 million liters of fuel and 1,500 truckloads of goods to be transported to the Northern First Nations in the town of Moosonee. Last fall, Roy Munias, project coordinator for Niskanaga First Nation, spoke to CBC News about the inadequacy of winter road, Ontario's winter road funding. He said, that's peanuts. That's not even a crossing. This winter, the Anishinaabe Nation chiefs declared a winter road state of emergency because of unseasonably warm weather, which threatened the safety of the winter roads. This is not a one-time issue. I know you know that, Minister. Climate change is disproportionately impacting First Nations people. The Nan Chiefs in the Assembly called on the Ministry of Northern Development, along with others, quote, to immediately facilitate the required subsidies to the affected Nan First Nations for fuel and essential non-perishables, unquote. I guess my question, is, will this government commit to conducting a comprehensive assessment of far north transportation system vulnerabilities that integrates both scientific and traditional knowledge in collaboration with First Nation communities?
So I think one of the key initiatives, and you alluded to it, was the winter road, the stream, bridges, and culverts as part of the broader winter road program. And this kind of annual commitment to provide funding to remote First Nations communities for projects involving the installation of water crossing infrastructure. These would be pre-engineered bridges and culverts. I mentioned one of them in the previous question, as well as repairs to existing structures along Ontario winter road networks. I mean, I think that beyond this fiscal year, The question is going to be, and some of the reasons would be part of the question that you had, is what requirements would we be looking at in the future that would move certain corridors to a place where they could prospectively have all-season roads.
So how has the ministry implemented the recommendations of Anishinaabe Nation's input into that 2003 Northern Ontario Transportation Task Force report? How have you done that? How has the ministry done that?
Turning the heat up, I love it.
Yeah.
Look, the fact of the matter is, as I have said before, I mean, I'm happy to refer back to. I'll be happy to take a meeting with the Grand Chief to revisit elements of that report. But I can assure you that the processes that support the development of major and critical infrastructure require input from First Nations.